Hi everyone, it's Bessie with Easy Peasy, and I'm going to talk to you about morning routines. So here we go. If you're like me, you're always looking at what can improve your morning routine, your bedtime routine. So I want to start with your priorities. Whatever your priorities are going to mold what happens in your morning routine. Just because somebody else gets up an hour before their kids and that's a priority for them does not mean that you have to do that. Okay, you can try it, see if you like it. That's the other thing, is that it's continually changing. If you have children, you know that it may look different this year than it does next year because of different activities, because of their different ages, because of your different needs as a parent during that phase of life. So don't be stuck with this is the one way to do it. So let's look at our priorities. The first one is, do you want to get up before your kids so that you have alone time? Is that important for you to have that 30 minutes or an hour where you can pray, you can work out, you can just sit with a cup of coffee before your kids wake up? Another one is it important for your kids to all sleep until a certain time? So are you not a fan of the kids getting up at 5:30 in the morning? Now, believe it or not, some people don't mind. Personally, I do not want my kids up until 7, because whether I get up before them or whether I get up at 6:45, I need to start them to start the day at 7. So that's up to you though. It may not bother you, but that is an important one for a lot of people, is that they sleep until a certain time or they come out of the room at a certain time. Another one is that you eat a healthy breakfast. Another one is that you might want to spend time together. Maybe you have teenagers and you're like, this is the only time I see my kids, and then everybody goes in different directions. So maybe that's a priority for you, is that you have some time together in the morning. Another one may be that it's peaceful and that you are not screaming at your kids to get ready and dragging them out of bed. So you want to have a peaceful routine in the morning and, get up for yourself and your kids to start the day in a peaceful way, and routine will help that. A last one could be that you want to get to work or to school on time. You want to leave the house on time. This is very difficult with children, so I hear you. So maybe that's a priority. So pick one or two of these things that you want to focus on when you're looking at adjusting your routine. Don't throw the whole thing out and try and do everything at once. Once you have one of them down, we've got it, we've been doing it for a month, then say, what's my second priority? So if your priority is to get out the door on time, then look at reverse engineer, what do I need to do to get out the door in time? And make that your focus, okay? If your priority is to get the kids to sleep or to stay in their room until 6 o'clock, then what do I need to do, and work on just that one specific thing. Once that's happening, then add on another one. So that's my tip to you, is just one at a time and to reverse engineer it. Look at what your priority is and then see what I need to do to get there, all right? So those are some ideas of what your priorities are. For me, a priority is that the kids do not get out of bed until 7. Sometimes I get up an hour and a half early and I get a workout in and I make a healthy breakfast, and sometimes I get up at 6:40 and I get myself dressed and my teeth brushed, and that's it. But either way, my kids don't get up till 7. Now, you may be asking how I manage that. I started very early with each kid. If they do come out of the room before 7, I walk them back in and say, you have to stay in your room until the clock says 7. When they were very young, we covered the minutes of the digital clock with a index card and tape, so they could only see the hour. So as soon as they knew numbers, I would have them wait. So you can manage it however you want, but you do have to take the time to really train them, walk them back in their room. As they get older, they start to learn that routine. Now my kids will come out and go to the bathroom, and they'll go back in the room because they know it's not 7. That is a priority for me. And then also that the mornings are peaceful is a priority for me. I really hate sending my kids off to school and being like, get in the car, everybody, get your shoes on, where's this? It makes me feel very guilty as a mom, but it also sets the tone for my day and their day. And those are my 2 big priorities for the morning. So now let's get into what I actually do in my morning routine. It has changed because I have twins that are 10 months old. So a few months ago, say they were 6 or 7 months old, I was feeding them at a different time, and now I've adjusted how I'm doing the morning routine, which happens quite often, especially in baby phases. Summer could change your morning routine. You have a new baby, you are visiting people, like there's all kinds of things that are going to, throw a wrench in it, so to speak, and you've got to adjust. So just be willing to do that, be willing to reassess very often. Now the twins are 10 months old, and I still get up about the same time. I get up at 6, sometimes 5:30, and do a workout. I'll get up at 6 and I will make the baby bottles. I will make all of breakfast for the 3 big kids. I'll put it on the table. So right now I have the 5-year-old, the now 4-year-old, a 1-year-old, and the twin 10 months old. So I'll put the 3 big kids' food on the table, ready to go. And then at 7, when they wake up, all I do is change the 1-year-old's diaper. They all go straight to the table and start eating, and I feed the twins at 7 as well, while the big kids are at the table eating. So their breakfast is already made. Everybody gets up at 7. The twins get up at 7 too and have their bottle. I finish feeding them, the twins, at the same time as the big kids are done eating. And so the twins go on the floor to play about 7:20. The big kids finish up their food, and then they go in the room, they get dressed. Most of the time I send one in at a time. They share a room, so I will send just the 5-year-old or just the 4-year-old to get dressed, because otherwise it is chaos in that room. They get dressed, I dress the 1-year-old, go out in the kitchen, pack their lunches, get everything ready, and the goal is to be ready by 8. We usually have about a 20 to 30 minute leadway extra time in there as a buffer. So they don't actually need to leave for school until 8:30, but usually I try and have everybody ready, meaning lunchbox is ready, everyone's dressed and teeth brushed, breakfast is eaten at 8, so that I have from 8 to 8:30 if something comes up. Now, this is part of me keeping it peaceful, because I know that the 3-year-old is not going to be able to find his shoes, or that the 5-year-old is going to decide that they don't want to go to school today, or they are mad, or who knows when you're dealing with toddlers, or that the 1-year-old's going to have a massive blowout diaper that I'm going to need to do right now. And if I don't have any buffer time, then what happens is I get very frustrated. I'm sweating, I'm saying, everybody needs to be in the car, instead of saying, okay, this came up and now I have time to deal with it. So I usually aim to have everybody ready for school at 8, ready to get out the door, but we don't actually have to leave until 8:30 to play outside or watch a TV show, as kind of they know they can't do anything else. They can't do crafts, they can't do anything else until they're ready for school. But that is kind of a reward for them when they're ready. So the big kids leave at 8:30 for school. After that, either they carpool or I take them. After that, I clean up the kitchen mess. The twins go down for a nap, and the 1-year-old's here playing with me in the kitchen or in the living room, and I clean up, put the dishes away from the night before, clean up everything in the kitchen, and start my day for being stay-at-home mom with the 3 little ones at home with me right now. So that's my morning routine. I hope that helps. Look at your priorities and see what you need to do to make those priorities happen. Other tips that you have, let me know for morning routine, and also let me know, like, subscribe, let me know what you'd like me to talk about next. And have a great day.